life thing, yeah, it's all about understanding, bro.
Guys, sometime last month, right, I was having a conversation with a friend, and we're just talking about how moving to Lagos was like for us. And I remember for me, it was basically me, jumping on a bus. I won't mention the name of the transport company because they're not paying me. And I remember on that journey, I was playing Timi Dakolo's Wish Me Well. And that was me moving to Lagos. And there's a line in that song that says, I bought a one-way ticket. I ain't coming back. And that was literally how I felt, for the most part of that journey. I felt like, man, this Lagos, we go make them. But I got to Lagos and it was a different story entirely. I mean, I'm not suffering, right? But but it's not exactly what I thought it would be. You get what I mean? So that conversation inspired me to talk to friends who moved to Lagos as well. Not just friends, like people in the industry, people who have come to Lagos to do stuff with big dreams, and how are they coping right now. So I have an interesting person with me in the car today, and I've known her for a bit as well. She's such an amazing person. She's an OAP, an on-air personality with one of the biggest radio stations in Nigeria, that's UFM, owners of Ultima Studio. So ladies and gentlemen, drum rolls. Put your hands together for TJ.
Hi. Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm doing fine. I feel alright.
Thank you for... So funny thing is, TJ is supposed to be on air in like another 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So try to break down this whole Lagos journey into the next 10 minutes. And I hope you enjoy this episode. So yeah, TJ.
Yes.
At what point, let me speak like a preacher, at what point did you decide you were going to move to Lagos? Like what made you even decide, like, look, I gotta move to Lagos?
It was actually the
And where were
pandemic
you?
year. It was the pandemic year. I was in Cross River State.
Right.
And, it was like nothing was happening. Everywhere there was like a whole lockdown, so
Right.
people couldn't really like move around. But I think at some point where they opened like the borders like within the state for people to move around. So there was that thought of like, what could I do right now? Because I didn't have money, and I was just trying everything, submitting like monologue auditions because I'm an actor as well. So I was just submitting stuff, and then someone just sent me a screenshot that, they're looking for radio presenters in Lagos. And I was like, okay, and I just like
Dream
sent,
city.
yeah, it's like, oh my god, Lagos. And to think that at the time I didn't really want to come to Lagos. I was always saying I wanted to stay in Cross River State, but then it was like I saw that and I was like, opportunity, I just need to do something.
Right.
And then I sent like my demo and all of that, and guys, literally within 2 weeks I got my offer letter. It was like,
wow,
you have to move ASAP.
Right.
So I came to Lagos on the 6th of September 2020, and then legit started working on the 7th. Like I entered Lagos around 11
the
p.m.
next day.
Yes. I entered around 11 p.m. and then I had to be at work like 8 a.m. the next morning. And it was ridiculous. But yeah, that's kind of how like I found myself here.
Did you, when you came to Lagos, did it feel like a dreamland? You know how a lot of people feel like Lagos is the city where dreams are fulfilled. You get that thing where people feel like greener pasture. Lagos, here I come. That's how I felt genuinely when I was moving to Lagos, because I remember I was in tears, like this Lagos.
I can so relate to that. Coming here, yes, on the way here, like it was just like, oh my god, I'm about to get here. It wasn't like it was my first time coming to Lagos ever, because I had cousins that used to stay here. So like once in a while when I was growing up, I would like come here. But then I hadn't been here like in a very, very long time. Right. So coming here was like, wow, this is not just a holiday type thing and then leave. It was more of, this is where your life is going to be right now. You're literally moving. So yeah, I was excited. I remember seeing the welcome to Lagos sign and just being like, oh my god, like I'm already here, So it was very exciting to get here. But then the thing about dreams, when we tell ourselves like, we're dreaming, like you have like a dream, this is what you want to do, I think we always like hound on how great it's going to be, and we don't realize that even in dreams sometimes small comma can be on the way to it. I agree. I definitely experienced that on my way. But yeah.
So let's just go and turn in front.
Yeah,
sure. So we can have some time to finish this up.
Sure thing.
All right. So I like what you said. Like when you have dreams, it doesn't always go like how you thought it would be.
Yeah.
Right. What were some of the culture shock that you had when you moved to Lagos? So when I mean culture shock, like what any kind of shock at all? What were the things that you never expected would happen?
The cost of living. I know someone did say that, the cost of living here like was more expensive than where I was coming from. Like I said, I was coming from Cross River State, and in Cross River State things were like compared to this ridiculously cheap, you know. So coming here, I was like, oh yeah, I hear that it's expensive, but I was like, it can't be that bad,
Right.
you know. But by the time I spent the amount of transport I did, because then when I got here, I was staying in Ogba. On the mainland, and my
You had to
office
work on
is
the
on the island, Lekki
Right.
Phase 1, you know. So having to come that far, I remember, like, I think by Wednesday, I was looking at myself and seeing that how much had I spent. I think I had spent like almost 10,000 naira, like
On
if not
transport
more.
fare
And that
in
was
3
then,
days.
no, in 3 days. I remember coming back home like Wednesday evening, and I sat down like
Yeah.
in the house where I was, and I was just like, sorry, which person account this money just shifts from now? Because what? It was ridiculous to me because I was used to spending like, I'm not even trying to mess around, like 100 naira at the least or 200 naira
On transport
max
fare.
I'm not joking.
And now you're
Like,
spending
where am I going
10,000
to?
naira.
And I was spending, so it was, for me, it was like, and look at me thinking when I was coming today because I was carrying 30,000 naira in my bag. I was like, leave it. It can carry me for at least
Is
the
it
next
forever?
month, you know? But it's like, here, in this area, no. So I would say one of them was like the cost of living really hit hard. And
Yeah.
then like considering how expensive it was like to find a house. Because when I first got here, I didn't have an apartment waiting for me. You know, when I had seen that "Welcome to Lagos" sign, it was, it was like I still don't know where I was sleeping. You know,
The day you came into Lagos.
literally that day.
So was it like there was no plan, or you were just fating
So
it?
that's the thing. I had family here, but they didn't know I was coming because they were not in support of me moving.
Okay.
So my uncles were like, "No, we don't stay where you are, okay?"
And they were in Lagos, but they didn't want you to move to
their
Lagos.
kids were, but then
Okay.
they weren't. So I couldn't come because I wasn't sure. Would they tell their dad that I'm here? Would I?
Right.
How's this going to go? And they
Right.
they already said that their landlady were like, I knew the arrangement. So it was that thing where it's like if you show up, somebody in the comments is going to say there's someone
Someone's
else
gonna
that
snitch.
is, you know. So I was just worried about that. So when I came, was like I had to talk to like my mentor who who knew about me coming here. I had to talk
Right.
to him, so he had to call like everyone he knew here. So he
Right.
was calling, his wife was calling her sister. So I was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, I had to travel for work. I'm not around." And they were calling people, and I had got to welcome to Lagos. I've sent them message. So if I stop now in Beggar, like where am I? And they say, "Please hold on, we've not yet confirmed." I'm like, wow.
Wow.
Am I going to spend my first night under a bridge? What's
Wow.
this going to be? You know? And I was just going. I think when I was very close to the bus stop, my mentor's wife finally called me and she was like, okay, someone just picked up. And she said that she's going to tell her roommate to excuse her for a week just so that I could stay there.
Wow.
You know, so our roommate had to like leave and then I was going to be there for you because she was like, she can only give me a week. Oh, that place is very, very small. So I had to like manage the space for that week. You know, so it was that kind of thing where I was coming into like, okay, so after that, now what's gonna happen next?
Yeah.
You know, but then there was this church apartment that I had been in communications with. Like I was telling them, oh, I would like to come there, but then they were like, someone is currently there. However, if someone leaves, they'll let me know. You know, so it was that kind of thing. It was that kind of thing. So it was a very fast move, and with everything that happened, it was very quick. But hey, I made it. You know.
See, this life thing, yeah, it's all about understanding, bro.